Hi, comic book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. And it's Monday night. It's the price variance. Allan's done something a bit different this week. He has taken a look at Silver Age comics, which have been related either to television series or films that have gone. So these would have been potentially previous spec comics. We had a look at a number of them on Allan's channel, and other than the Peacemaker one, they all come down. So if you bought Peacemaker, you're all right. Otherwise, you're in trouble. Right. So let's have a look. And at the first one, we're going to take a look at here, and it is oh, there he is, Peacemaker. Peacemaker.
I was thinking, like, there's one more Peacemaker, Mark.
Well, here it is.
So this is actually a cool one. This book went crazy during the show. I paid too much for my copy. So this is Peacemaker #1, the very first titled Peacemaker comic.
Yeah, it's not,
and it's 6.5.
is it? Its first appearances in something like Fighting 5 #6. Or...
yeah, Fighting 5 #5, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, the man with the toilet seat on his head, and famous for wearing tighty whities.
Wait, is it Fighting 5 #5? I think it's Fighting 5 actually 40 or something. I don't know. I forget what number it is. So yeah, I mean, it's a cool cover actually.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah,
I think this is actually if I remember correctly, this is actually a splash page or a panel from the original.
Okay, and Fighting 5 is now the backup feature to Peacemaker.
Yeah, I mean, they had a hit when they put a toilet on the guy's head. Yeah. They knew that they had the character, you know.
Right. So, and we're getting another Peacemaker TV series at some stage, aren't we?
Yeah, and it was popular. It was a fun series, and I think people liked it. So
yeah. He hasn't got an eagle here, though, has he? The eagle comes later. He's got a
yeah, I told you about that, the first appearance of the eagle.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I think I bought it. Right. How did this do? So 174 for a 6.5 sounds cheap.
It's very cheap. I can tell. I paid about that for my 2.0. So just to give you a sense.
Oh dear. You were bitten by FOMO here, Allan.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad about this one.
This has come down, which is surprising. I think I might go out and get one of these.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a really good deal.
Ooh, good. $170 for a 6.5.
And what was the peak on this one? The peak was like around when the show was coming out.
836, and you can now get it for 174.
Yeah, I know. I might pick this one up too. I might pick up a better copy, upgrade mine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, this is a good time to buy this, in my view, in between shows.
Yeah. I mean, this one it's total roller coaster what this book has been doing. Overall trend is pretty down though, but definitely I think this is at a low that might not be seen again for a while.
No, I think this. If you're a speculator, I think now's the time to buy this. Wait until the show gets a preview, then sell it.
Yeah, and then this book will be up again. So quickly, what's the census count? I know it's not high. It's a fairly
266. There are only 266 of these. This is a genuinely rare book. This is another Charlton.
Yeah. These Charlton ones are really rare, usually kind of beaten up because the paper quality is so bad.
Yeah, I think
so if you can pick it up for a good price, you know,
I think
it seems like a really no-brainer.
Another good time to buy here, Allan. I hope in a year's time people have taken notice of what we're saying here. That is a deal.
Yeah. So get a nice, great copy of this one.
Okay. Moving on. Okay, what's this, Allan? Why
this is your Renslayer?
She's in the Loki thing, isn't she?
Yep. So again, if you look at all the ones I'm showing, these are characters that they're gone, but they're going to come back.
Well, she has
Um,
getting the Loki season 2 anytime now.
we're not sure if she's coming back in season 2, but
Okay.
there's no reason why she wouldn't come back in season 2.
Yeah.
So, she is a major character for the series.
Oh, and this is the first John Romita Silver Age Marvel work as well. I didn't know that.
Oh, wow, that's a bonus. So doubly keyed book. So yeah, so
Okay. Right. What's how much is this? How much? So $180 for 7.5.
that's really cheap.
Somebody's been getting some bargains this week. $180
Yeah,
for an Avengers 21st John Romita. That's crazy low.
I know it's crazy, actually crazy low.
Oh, there we
Look
go.
at the spike on this one. That's so crazy. I mean, it's still actually above where
No,
the trend line
they
was.
haven't put the 180 on the graph yet. That's 240 up there. 60,
Oh,
60 lower
what
than
was the?
just before that spike. It was 160, so it's just about back to that.
Well, it's $20 above, so it's
Yeah.
still above the trend line, and I'd say it's actually probably on trend line now. But wow, it was how much at the peak?
Peak was 900 and something.
Wow, wow,
951.
wow.
And
Okay,
it's
I
now,
didn't pay that much for my copy of this, but yeah, I'm glad I didn't. It's a bit brutal. Um, Again, this book could return up a little bit higher. I don't think it'll go much higher though. I don't think it'll ever get to that 900 value again. But when the show comes out and you see that she's back in it, I think this book has potential to go up again.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I'm more interested in it's the first John Romita Silver Age art. Because
yeah. I mean,
that's not dependent on a character being popular or not popular.
yeah. It's actually kind of strange. That's actually kind of a major significant key to this book.
Yeah, yeah,
And actually, the census count for a Marvel book is quite low. It's like 800. I mean, that's really low for
yeah.
Marvel.
836, which is low. Yeah,
Um, and this is not a bad grade copy either. So another one that I would say I'd say could go down a little bit more personally,
maybe. Yeah,
but
yeah.
but um but still I'd say it's a good one to buy. Like I feel like this list is almost like a buying list.
Like
We're
a shopping list.
buying shopping list.
Oh, right. Okay. Here we go. Captain Atom. This is Blue Beetle spec, isn't it?
Yes. Now, I wasn't quite sure if Blue Beetle's going to come back. I actually watched the Blue Beetle movie. It
Any
wasn't
good?
bad. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It's watchable.
It's not this Blue Beetle, though, is it?
But it is this Blue Beetle. So, spoiler,
Oh,
they mentioned
this type guy's Ted Cord.
Ted Cord in the movie, and
Oh, do
actually they kind of end it with Ted Cord being kind of, potentially gonna come back kind of thing.
they? Okay.
So that's why I put this on the list. Because it is that kind of situation again. But the problem is we got a new person in control at DC, um, who might just scrap Blue Beetle altogether. We might not do anything more with Blue Beetle as a character. So we don't know, but based on the movie, they were setting him up to come back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like this cover. Ditko.
Yeah, I I always thought it was weird how they in the Charlton ones they did this a lot where they had like the previous main character as the front and center kind of thing,
Yeah.
and then in the panel below they would introduce like some new character. They did it with the Question. They did it with a bunch of characters where they put them at the bottom. I don't know why. They just
Yeah. Well, they
this
did.
is
Well, Marvel did that with Strange Tales and Doctor Strange, didn't they?
no. Well, he wasn't at the bottom like that. He wasn't at this has like the double panel thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
like where they
First cover
this
appearance
is.
of Doctor Strange. He appears in the bottom panel.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You're right. You're right. He's just like a head.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this is an interesting one. Captain Atom. What's the number again? Captain Atom.
83, 63, 83, 83, 75, white pages,
Yeah.
$288.
I think this is low again.
You're right. This is as low as it's been. If you bought this back in 2015, it would have cost you $751. Today, it just sold for 288. So this has
Yeah.
not been a good investment over the last 10 years.
Actually, it's just been consistently dropping.
Yeah.
It's like almost like the trend line is down, even with the bumps.
It hasn't really had any boost from the movie at all.
Yeah.
Or
Even doing like,
maybe you could claim this little peak here was the movie, but it's now.
yeah, but even that is still well below that
Yeah,
initial.
why is it? Why is this interesting? Why is this one done so badly?
I don't know. Um, Blue Beetle is not one of those characters that is super popular.
Right.
Not many people know the Blue Beetle.
No.
But I would have thought it would do better because they did bring back the Blue Beetle in the recent like Superman series,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. I never understood this one. It's a little bit weird.
Bit odd. Right. Okay.
How many on the census? It's another low census count too, I believe.
Charlton, it'll be 477. Another low count. I mean, these comics are rare, much rarer than the Marvel stuff.
Hmm.
So you'd expect them to have a higher value, but they don't. It's due to
Yeah.
demand, isn't it?
Yep.
Right. Oh, right. I bought this one, Alan.
So this is one of the exceptions on the list where the character I don't think is coming back.
No, he'd killed off. So when the Suicide Squad movie was coming out, I went out and bought a lot of the first appearances of the characters in the film. This was my favorite pickup because it's actually Detective Comics 300, which I hadn't got
Hmm.
as a Batman collector. So you want the 50s and hundreds. So
Yep.
I was pleased to find out that the first appearance of Polka Dot Man was also Detective Comics 300.
I know it's a cool book.
Yeah,
And he's on the cover.
he's on
He's
the
showing
cover.
his powers on the
Yeah,
cover too.
yeah. So I quite like this one. I bought this one, so I hope that this one hasn't gone plummeting down. Um, it was pre-COVID because the film came out just before COVID. So hopefully I got
Yeah.
a pre-COVID blip price if this did do a blip. And look, there's a great Batmobile there on the cover as well.
It's a great cover actually. I actually really like this one.
So yeah, and this sort of sun dot here, it's great. Nice cover, and it's a Detective Comics 300 in a
Mm.
7.5. How much is this going for? This 312.
Seems low. I think I remember mid-grade copies going for 300-400. Like lower grades, I mean, like 4.0s or 5.0s. One sec, it's not loading. There we go. So yeah. Okay. So
7.5.
7.5.
Oh, so there you go.
Actually, it's been consistently up. Wow. We were both like panicking, the
So there
sky's
you go. The
falling,
one
but
I bought, Alan, the one I actually bought,
invested in.
did all right. Right, looks of it hasn't dropped.
Yeah, actually, this did really well. I'm surprised, actually. It looks like it's just been consistently going up.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I'm surprised. So the Suicide Squad movie, I think, probably brought this to people's attention, and it was around here, or it was already that sale there is probably Suicide Squad movie,
Yeah,
but it's not dropped since then. Another one's gone.
it's
Yeah,
actually consistently gone up,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is kind of surprising to me. I would have thought this was more expensive. I would have expected it to be a more expensive book. I mean, if you look at the movie though, my favorite character in the movie was Polka Dot Man.
yeah, yeah. It was great fun, wasn't he? Yeah,
I just liked his delusions, and he seemed like he was very compelling as a character. And also, I mean, Ratcatcher I also liked, and also liked Bloodsport, um, but yeah, I think it's really interesting.
Oh, good. Well, I'm pleased we've got one. That's a record.
Yeah.
The record, Alan.
Wow, we finally get a record, so that's good. So we're both 1 for 1 so far. How about the last book?
What's the last comic we got here? Oh, it's another Journey into Mystery. What's this one? Journey into
This
Mystery.
is Jane Foster.
Ah, first Jane Foster. Yeah, okay. Because she was quite big in Love and Thunder or whatever the last Thor movie was called.
Yeah, which was a bad movie in my opinion.
Awful, dreadful movie.
Okay, good. So we're at least in agreement on that.
Yeah, and I didn't
And
like it.
that's her on the cover too. She's on
Oh,
the
is that
cover.
is that her there, the nurse?
Yeah, yeah, the nurse.
There she is. Quite nice cover.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
84. And it's a 3-0 for 500. Oh,
Remember, this has a
oh
whole
dear,
bunch
oh
of things
dear, oh
going.
dear.
This has a whole bunch of things going for it too. It's the first Jane Foster, second Thor. You know, it's like it's got like a bunch of key elements to it.
Well,
But
I have, but it's
that didn't save it.
has not saved it. Uh,
No.
I mean, it's back to just pre-COVID blip price.
Yeah.
What did it go up to? Oh, 1,789. It's now back down to five.
Wow. So it's down a third, a little bit more than a third.
More than a third. 1,700 to 500 is down 2/3.
No, no, no. I mean the other way around. It's down to a third.
Oh,
If that
down
makes
to a
sense.
third. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Ooh.
So yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I think you might
Uh,
notice here, Alan, that all the Marvels are down and the DC was up.
DC and Charlton's are up. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So that's a good. I mean, if I don't know if this is what the win that people were expecting for DC overall. You know, like generally, you know, people. I remember back in the '90s, people would say, "Oh, you know, DC, they're going to become valuable someday. They're going to get the love and respect that they deserve someday." Well, I'm not sure if this is quite that.
No, well, they didn't.
Um,
They didn't blip as much,
yeah.
and I think they're less speculative. You know, if you take the
Mhm.
Polka Dot Man, for instance, you see, I think a Batman collector like me has bought it and go, oh, it's the Detective Comics 300. That's staying in the collection.
Yeah, that's true. It's a cool book.
Yeah. So,
But still, even this one I'd say is a cool book.
well, it is a cool book. Yeah. Unfortunately, some people have caught a cold on it.
Yeah, it got killed.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's not gone below it's not gone below COVID blip, this one. This isn't
yeah, so I would say that
like,
this one
this isn't the
is
same.
not a good buy though. I
No,
wouldn't buy it though.
no, I wouldn't buy this one either. So there were a couple we saw on Alan's channel where I definitely think they're worth looking out for because they've gone below pre-COVID
Mhm.
pre-COVID prices. But this one not so much. I'd wait. This might drop a bit more.
Yeah. And you know, it's the character's done at this point. Uh it is still Thor's second appearance, so there
Yeah,
is still that going for it.
yeah,
But I'd be a little bit cold on this book,
yeah.
personally.
Me too.
What's the census count just before we wrap up?
Count is it's quite low for a Marvel. It's a
A
thousand.
thousand. Wow.
Yeah,
So actually a pretty scarce book. Um, yeah, interesting one.
yeah.
So that's it, I guess.
And that is it. That's your lot for this week. We'll be back next week with some more Pollitt's picks of the Silver Age comics of the upcoming week. And get yourself over to Heritage. Looks like there's some bargains to be picked up. So,
Yeah, especially in Silver Age.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot, guys.